So after this race, we'll go into the final third of Heat Stay for the 2022 Rotax Max Challenge Winter Cup here at Karting Campillos in Andalusia in southern Spain. This time it's race 12 of the meeting, DD2 Masters, Heat 2. Let's have a look at the starting grid. As it was with the starting grid in both what will be not just this race, but also Heat number 3, Rudy Champion starts on pole position. He won by a commanding 5.7 seconds in the first heat earlier on today. He will start with Carl Clebot alongside the man from Belgium in the 5.06. Christophe Adams and Andreas Neumann will start on row number 2, ahead of Pritzai and Renis Freys, running at the top 3 rows. Jimmy Chaumier, Rodrigo Pinilos, Jonathan Wimor, Maxime Shaposhnikov, and then we've also got Bruno Dos Santos, Martina Stankiewicz, and Christophe Capitan rounding out the 13-strong grid. So we'll be down again to Rudy Champion and Carl Clebot to bring the field to start across the line to start the race on the rolling formation. The rolling start, that is. The air temperature has increased. Not so much cloud in the sky. There's some patches of blue up ahead, which is a nice, welcoming sight. Air temperature currently around 16, well, between around about 16 degrees Celsius. Track is bone dry, perfect for racing. So out of the final corner, the revs rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the lights are out. We are off and racing. Through into the first corner, Rudy Champion has the initial advantage. Christophe Adams got past Carl Clebot on the start. So Christophe up into second place. Pritzai in fourth. Just keeping an eye on that charlatan that is Jonathan Wimor, who's already now up into 7th position ahead of Bruno Dos Santos. Renis Freys completing the top 9 ahead of Christophe Capitan, who's already got past Stankiewicz, Shaposhnikov and also Pinilos to get through to round out the top 10. Carl Clebot looking to get that place back from Christophe Adams and retake second position. Carl Clebot out of the final corner, right in the slipstream of Christophe Adams, pulls towards the inside, thinks about it, holds back. And thought, that could be a bit bit touch and go, and he decides better of it. But Pritzai fancies getting in onto that, and Jonathan Wimor, well, no surprise here, within a lap and a half, Jonathan Wimor is now up into P5 and chasing down those in front. And now Carl Clebot up the inside of Christophe Adams through the hairpin, runs a little bit wide, and Adams pulls to the outside through the next right-hander. Oh, that was close. That was millimetres between rear right bumper and front left bumper right there. Jonathan Wimor trying to get past Pritzai, and Pritzai now fancies an opportunity to get into the top 3. But Wimor and Bruno Dos Santos think otherwise. As Christophe Adams has got Carl Clébaut swarming all over the back bumper right now, and this is allowing everyone behind to close up. Fritz Size there, Jonathan Wimore, Bruno dos Santos. They're all chomping at the bit. And Pritzai dives to the inside of Carl Clébaut, up the inside, gets through. Clébaut goes side by side with the Estonian into the next right-hander. And Carl Clébaut, will he get the switchback? He's going to take the inside line, but Pritzai hangs it around the outside. That was a gutsy, determined move. And Carl Clébaut's now opened the door. That's now allowed Jonathan Wimore to get through, but Carl Clébaut is not going to let him get through. And Clébaut uses the old sort of experience to keep himself ahead, but through the next right-hander, Wimore gets the inside line. Dos Santos looked for the opportunity. Carl Clébaut said, no, thank you very much. You're not getting through, Sunshine, I'm afraid. Some great racing here in the DD2 Masters class. All highly competitive. And the good thing is, well, Rudy Champion's already... He's done a Sebastian Vettel from his Red Bull days. He's gone off into the distance. He's nearly, probably the best part of 2 seconds up the road. Tankevicius is also getting stuck in. Here's Jimmy Chaumier, along with Christophe Capitan. Oh my goodness me, Andreas Neumann went bumping over the curbs through the left-hand hairpin. And Capitan trying to go up the inside of Chaumier. No dice there, I'm afraid. Didn't quite work out. But they are pushing. It doesn't matter which class you're in the Rotax racing family. You push to the limit of adhesion, and sometimes, maybe even, you might have to go that little bit beyond. And there has been a drama for Christophe Capitan, I think. Capitan has dropped out of the running, and the kart is not going any further, I'm afraid. That kart is now being pulled away by one of the Marshall team. And it looks like the right front is not 100% tracking true. May have been a little bit of an incident that caused the right front to literally be torn asunder. So Andreas Neumann is also battling away with Bruno dos Santos. This is for position, this is for 8th on the road. Rudy Champion is about to now have possibly the best part of just over a 2-second lead. Christophe Adams still holding on to second. Pritzai just behind in third. Fourth, it's Jonathan Wimore. Fifth, it's Carl Clébaut. Then it's also Marta Stankiewicz running out the top 6, representing Lithuania. We have 4.5 minutes still to go in this race, plus an additional lap. And Pritzai is trying to get past Christophe Adams. No matter what he tries, Adams is trying to put the karts exactly where he needs to. But Pritzai does not have that window of opportunity, or probably a front bumper width to get through. Adams takes a look over his right shoulder, Pritzai to the inside through the hairpin. Neatly goes through, does the Estonian. Adams trying to go towards the outside, trying to get a little bit of a cut back here. Anyone might remember what happened a couple of laps ago when we saw Carl Clébaut and Pritzai going side by side through that very same corner. So Pritzai holds on to second. Jonathan Wimore keeps ahead of Carl Clébaut, and now is trying to pressurise Christophe Adams. Easier said than done. 3.5 minutes to go, plus an additional lap in the penultimate DD2 Masters heat of the day. So 3 minutes and 18 seconds, plus an additional lap still to go. And the drivers are still trying to do their level best to keep on pushing. So we're into just under the last 180 seconds, plus an additional lap, and Carl Clébaut thinks he might have a chance at maybe getting past the 560. Jonathan Wimmer, who did a fantastic job in the first heat earlier on. And it's these four here, second to fifth, are separated by, well, they're covered by just under a second. So Pritzai leading that train as they're making their way up towards now the triple right-hander. So up through the first one, up through the second one, at the top of the crest of the hill, and then down again. Now gathering speed, momentum, velocity, whatever you want to call it, down the hill through the right-hander. And then into the hefty braking zone, into the next left. Through the short chute here, into the left-hand hairpin. And then a double right that brings them onto the back straightaway. So we're into just under the last 90 seconds, and the gap is still around about a second between the quartet, occupying positions 2 to 5. Rudy Champion leading by 3.5 seconds from Pritzai. Christoph Adams rounds out the top 3. Jonathan Wimmer, Karl Klibor and Renis Freys rounds out the top 6, as we have had a retirement not only just from Christoph Capitan, but on lap number 5, didn't really catch this, Martinas Tankevicius is also, I'm afraid, out of the race on lap number 6. We're on to lap 9, and we're into the last 30 or so seconds as Rudy Champion crosses the line with just under 30 to go. So up the hill once again. The timer about to expire as Rudy Champion comes down the dip. And that's it. 0 on the clock, it strikes. Rudy Champion coming through in second, third, fourth and fifth. All 4 carts in a row. So at the moment, the way things stand, Rudy Champion is going to have one more race to solidify his position in this class. Always known that Rudy Champion has been a very, very quick driver, and he's showcasing it to absolute perfection right here. 4.2 seconds is the gap between him and Pritzai. Pritzai is keeping Christoph Adams, Jonathan Wimmer and Karl Klibor out. Yeah, keeping them in line, keeping them where he wants them to be. He won't be bothered if they battle between themselves and change positions, but he will enjoy the fact of saying, right, I'm commanding this particular battle. This is how I see it, and there we go. So not that far away. Because now, out of the final corner, Rudy Champion will take the victory for the second time today. And the gap between him and Pritzai, it was 4.6 seconds, so 1.1 seconds less of a gap between himself and second position last time around. Third, it was a well-deserved third place for Christoph Adams, who got the jump on Karl Klibor early, got second, but ended up finishing in third place at the end of it all. Jonathan Wimmer also making good inroads, once again having another top 5 finish, finishing fourth behind the Dutch driver. Karl Klibor finished in 5th position, despite and irrespective of that, some great side-by-side battling between Carl Clément and Pritz Sai earlier on in the race. The Belgian finishes 5th ahead of Renis Freys from Sweden, Bruno dos Santos, Andreas Neumann, Jimmy Chaumier, Rodrigo Pininos, and Maxim Shaposhnikov, rounding out the 11 strong. Unfortunately, retirements for Lithuania's Martinas Tankevicius on lap 6, and Christophe Capitan retiring on lap number 4.